COVID is here to stay. I don't think this should be a surprise to anybody. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical expert. I couldn't advise you on whether you should or shouldn't get vaccinated. But I can tell you this as someone who's lived on this earth for 38 years. The virus is not going away. The virus is going to mutate, just like all of the other coronaviruses have mutated. I think the difference that we're seeing now is the fear and the panic is not what it used to be. Not in the beginning, anyway. What I am seeing flood the news feed that is affecting a lot of people's personal opinions, definitely affecting the stock market and the economy instantly, is the Omicron variant just making its way across the globe. This should not be surprising. Facts are, if you are vaccinated, you can still carry the coronavirus. That is just a staple of life. It just might not affect you. You have a better immunity to it actually harming you, but you can still carry it. So I've seen these articles pop up, which is like Australia, for instance. Nobody in or out of Australia that is unvaccinated, which means everyone entering the country and anyone leaving the country is vaccinated, has the shots, has the boosters to be able to leave the country. So how did Omicron get in the country? Well, that's simple. Somebody who's vaccinated carried it in there. Just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you can't carry COVID. There's been plenty of people who are vaccinated who have still died from COVID-19. So, do we see the scare tactics ramp up? Yeah, a little bit. I see here with Omicron in Colorado, the last thing we want is another wave, says the governor. I don't think there's going to be another wave. I think, my opinion, again, not a medical expert, is that coronavirus is all around us right now, all the time. It's not going to be eradicated. You can get vaccinated if you feel like your health would benefit from having the vaccine. There's going to be, vaccinations and boosters upon boosters to help people who are immunocompromised to survive contracting the disease. But it's everywhere. It's already there. As Omicron is now reporting at least 15 states, officials push again for vaccines, boosters, and masks, right? So they want you just to try to stop spreading it. But people are still going to spread it. It's not going to stop spreading because you get vaccines and boosters and masks. It's going to stop spreading probably almost never. It's just that the effects of it are not going to be as severe for a lot of people. One thing that we don't see as we can sit here and just scroll through the news feed is quite simple. There is no giant death toll on here. That is, to me, a rather big deal. They're telling us that it's here. There are cases of it, but they're not saying 50 people died, 300 people died, 5,000 people died. And I think that's what we have to understand. From my standpoint, I have been around the coronavirus, and it did not affect me. Not in any way. I would have been none the wiser to have known if I was near it, around it, or carrying it. Other people, not so lucky, that have died from it. Moving forward, I think that people need to do what they feel is in their own best interest, is mandating someone like myself who had pretty good, we'll just say, immunity to it, the ability to fight it off naturally. Should I have to go get 5 or 6 shots to be able to go anywhere? Because you can carry it. If you're vaccinated, you can still have the virus. Even with all the shots and all the boosters, you can still carry it. And if you're vaccinated, you have to get a test. So Megan went on a trip last week, a work trip, and she had to go get tested. Yeah, the choices were go get tested for coronavirus, negative COVID test, get on the plane, go to the show. Option B, go get vaccinated, get on the plane, go to the show. Vaccinated people can still carry the virus. So I find it interesting that people are shocked that the variants, look, there's going to be more variants than this. This is just the one that they have found through testing people. There's a lot of people out there who've never been tested, could have a different variant that could be better, worse, more deadly than the last, or, it could just be another variant that's just out there and it's going to evolve. And the more you fight it, the harder it's going to be for that virus to mutate into something that is deadly, because we're going to hopefully have herd immunity eventually. But now we're about 2-3 months away from this being the 2-year mark, right? I mean, since the first go of it, we had it and Trump was in office. We had a whole 8-9 months of Trump. Now we've got Biden in office. And what do we have? We have Pfizer, Moderna, ramping it up. Johnson & Johnson, I haven't even seen them, honestly, in the news about COVID. But they're ramping up production. Look, now they're saying, well, we can knock this thing out in under 100 days. We'll get you a booster. I don't know. I don't really see a difference myself. I don't see a difference in what the administration has done versus what the old administration did. Stop people from coming in the country that are sick. Aside from that, the only major difference is medically, people are going to be better off. Some people, obviously, I think the vaccine probably did help them from getting very ill and dying. But it's here to stay. We shouldn't be surprised. If I just type it, I'm going to type it in here, Omicron, into the search engine on Google News. Could this bring milder illness? The World Health Organization flags Omicron risk. Travel curbs tighten. Biden urges vaccination. Biden's urging vaccination since day one. It's detected in 16 states. How many states is it in now? Look at that. New York Times shows virus outspace responsive. And here's the thing. When you have a place like New York, like downtown New York City, one person down there could infect a lot of people. Like if this was the zombie apocalypse, one person down there with something that spreads like over the air, get a lot of people. Such a dense population. So we're not really going to know what the outcome of this is, but I don't foresee it being that bad. What I do foresee happening is the stock market is getting smashed because of this news. If you're an investor, bro, you're going to get smashed. So good luck to you out there, because they're going to keep scaring us. And going into the holidays, and once they start banning travel going into Christmas, people are not going to respond well to this at all. People want to be with their family. They want to be with their loved ones. Start telling them they're going to have to stay home. We're going to have a whole nother worse mental health issue than we had before. So I urge you guys to stay safe out there. Do what you think is best for you. That's the only thing I can say. If you're vaccinated, you don't want to be around people, you feel safe, do that. Stay home. Stay with people you love. Because regardless of whether or not you catch COVID, you could wake up dead tomorrow. That's just the reality of it. So hope you guys stay safe out there. I hope you're not panicking and freaking out. It doesn't do us any good. Panic does not help us as a general society. So stay safe out there. Have a great holiday, and I'll see you guys in the next one.